So I guess this is gonna be my first video, obviously, but not exactly my first video. I have made a lot of videos prior to this as well, but I never posted them until today. I was figuring out a lot of things in my past, which would eventually let you know what things had been going on in the background, that was just like being on the checklist. Right now, I just hope that I'm on the right part of my life. As a kid, I loved adventure, and it has always been a part of my life. Fast forward to right now, YouTube is a big thing, and I just felt ki, why not give it a try at least? Because it is the era of internet, and if you're not using it to your best, what's the use of living in this era? Well, there were a lot of things that I had to complete before this I even started right now. There were many checklists that I have to get ticked. And once I just felt like, yeah, ab ye ho chuka hai. This was the very moment that I was waiting for. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. थोड़ा book नहीं पढ़ा है, but yeah, थोड़ा बहुत जो पढ़ा है, I know of something like that. Well, in this book, I learned one thing, that is to be consistent about what you love about. Well, I always used to take a lot of things and do that and just leave it in the middle of nowhere. So I used to think a lot about things, and that eventually led my checklist to be written. So talking about checklist, every person in their life, they have some kind of a dream which they jot down in some of their books or diaries, wherever they want. It doesn't matter, wherever they find. Well, yeah, even I wrote one, and talking about my checklist, the first thing that it had was me being responsible to my own actions, credible for my own actions, and financially stable as well. The first thing that I wanted was a stable source of income, which few months ago I was kind of jobless. Right now I do have a job. Well, eventually when I'm starting right now, I don't really know that where it's gonna lead me. Well, talking about my dreams and my checklist, the first thing was responsibility. The second thing was consistency that I needed. The third thing was, it was a kind of a dream to have a motorcycle. Well, that is a very big topic to talk about. It was a journey to get one, and I always feel blessed to talk about that. Me as a child, I was always passionate about riding. A lot of bicycles, my friends, we were all like that. As a kid, I always used to see those inline fours sounding up and buzzing, like giving that ride-bys. That was just a bliss to my ears. Those flybys, I always dreamed of having one as well. Well, me choosing motorcycle, it took a long time, because yeah, there are a lot of things before you take a motorcycle, because you have to do a lot of financial planning before that. Because it's not just buying, it is also about taking care of it. And to take care of it, you need a stable income. Well, I'll take you to the journey that how I chose this motorcycle. Well, that is a part of a history that I've been like living upon. Well, yeah, let's get on to it. What was an ideal motorcycle for me? The first thing that I always wanted in my motorcycle was that it should have a good build quality. The first thing was to have a build. Reliability of a motorcycle is really important for me. The second thing, power. The third thing that I wanted was, the fourth thing was the maintenance. Well, that's a never-ending term, as the word says, maintenance, it never ends. Well, that is a kind of a cost that you always have to deal with, and it is justifiable. Well, as the word goes, maintenance, as it never ends, so is the reality. It never ends. Maintenance, something like that, you have to always look upon how and what you could afford after you purchase that one thing, because it should not go like, oh my god, I can't do it. And that is the most important part about having and owning a motorcycle, that you can pet it, because motorcycle is just like your baby. The first thing that I always wanted in my motorcycle was build quality, second was power, and third was after sales service to be like reliable, and the maintenance thing that could be pocket friendly to me. Well, these were some motorcycles that I shortlisted: the KTM, X-Pulse, Himalayan, Bullet, Dominar, R15, Apache, and MT-15. Talking about KTM, it was going to over budget. I couldn't really afford that after service sales, after service like maintenance thing, so it was a complete no for me. Though it had good build quality, power and everything, but it was not just fitting my pocket. Talking about X-Pulse, it was a 200cc motorcycle, just कहने के लिए. It was very pocket friendly, very pocket friendly, but again there was no power and the reliability was not that great, so even this became a complete no for me. Talking about Himalayan, oh my god, that was just like too much. The after sales, the power, everything was just too much in that. I couldn't even like think about owning one Himalayan right now. As per my budget constraint, it was a complete no. Talking about Royal Enfield, well, there's a great story about it that I'll come in the conclusion and I'll tell you. But again, it was a no. Talking about R15, though it was a great motorcycle, it had good power, it had a kind of like good after sales as well. Everything was just fine about it. Like it was just like an ideal motorcycle that I would go for. There was no budget issue, the quality was good, the power was great. I just couldn't go for it just because my mom didn't like it. So yeah, even if family matters for it. And Apache is a complete no because I don't like that motorcycle at all. And MT-15, again, there was no back seat that I wanted. So what was left with me was Dominar. Dominar is the best motorcycle in the market available right now, with the best power, best after sales, best quality, and everything that you needed under one roof. So yeah, this was the right choice for me actually.